Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how to tag people?
How to?
Tag people on Instagram.
No, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
You want to do it?
Yeah, I think we should do it. Tag as many as...
I'll give you my phone.
Continue. Yeah, continue.
That one is on YouTube.
Kan ni ta bort alla ljud nu? Vakna för det handlar om där.
Can I... Yeah, let's tag people on Instagram or like on Instagram, posts and stuff.
Den är upptagen. Vad vill du få?
Jag vill öppna YouTube.
Ja.
Jag är ju där. Hej Sebastian! Ja då.
Did they all like it?
Men har vi något ljud då?
Yeah, 18 minutes. 18 minutes after that point.
But what about the sound? Is there any sound there? Nu har vi ju... Ja då.
Did they all like it?
Men har vi något ljud då?
Yeah, 18 minutes. 18 minutes after that point.
Okay, but what about the sound? Is there any sound there? Can you give him some comp, Jonte? Nu har vi ju... Ja då. Men har vi något ljud då? Okay, but what about the sound? Is there any sound there? Can you give him some comp, Jonte? Nu har vi... Ja då. Får ju komp. Men har vi något ljud då? Okay, but what about the sound? Is there any sound there? Can you give him some comp, Jonte? Nu har vi... Ja då. Får ju komp. Men har vi något ljud då? Okay, but what about the sound? Is there any sound there? So can you give him some comp, again? We're here. We have been struggling with the cables, but we're back. And we got Jonte with us, and I like to introduce for you Skip and Jonte, and doing the...
Are we back?
Okay,
Are we back?
but what about the sound?
Give us a beat then,
there any
Jonte. Let's
sound there?
go.
So let's give him some comp, Jonte. Again. We're here. We have been struggling with the cables, but we're back. We got Jonte with us, and I like to...
Always look on the bright side of life. Life's a piece of shit when you look at it. Life's a death and jokes are finest too. When you're feeling in the dumps, don't be silly chumps. Just push your lips and whistle, that's the thing. And always look on the bright side of life. Come on, Baggy, get with the beat. Ain't you got tambourine? Always look on the bright side of life.
Okay.
It's too
Thank you, guys.
Fade us out there. I
You're
think.
the best. You're the best. And your microphone is not on. Yeah.
Well, we can turn
It's
it
on now. It's on now, Fred. Come.
Unfortunately, Leather Jesus will be back next year.
I heard Jesus had a date, actually.
Yeah, the second one for today, actually.
Shh. There's no reason to tell people that, Pia, is there?
Yeah,
Look at
it
him,
is.
he's all
I think
embarrassed
it is.
now. Poor Jesus,
I think it's
crucified.
really important to
and
tell
now
people
embarrassed.
about that.
All right, well, what are we talking about? Did we have a quiz tonight, for instance? Let's get that over
maybe
and
if we
done
have
with,
a
then we can
quiz
go
master,
home.
maybe if you have a quiz master. But first of all,
Yeah.
I would like to apologize
Yeah,
to you out there.
and to you, Pia Linderoth.
Am I apologizing myself?
Well, why not?
Maybe because I was in a bad mood for a while. But anyway, I am good now. How are you, Jonte? You're still here anyway?
Yeah.
I'm happy for that. Where is the second, third of the band?
I don't know where he went.
Should we go and try and check him down?
Yeah, go and try.
You
check.
talk to the peeps.
I talked to the people.
Tell them all of the things that you know about Jesus and the Easter Bunny.
I won't tell them anything about Jesus. I will talk about Easter.
But you can do it
You-
secretly with them, and I'll never know what you said. You could tell them anything.
But you can you can look at it after.
I could.
Yes, you can.
I'll go and try
So
and
no
find a house
secrets.
band.
Go and try to find a house band.
Bye bye.
I will really appreciate that. Thank you. Here he is. You don't have to find him. Oh, he comes with a big sign.
And I miss having a cigarette, you see.
Yeah, but you go for a cigarette. The guys will play. And we have already apologized to the audience that we fucked up today again. Jesus has left, but what the hell? You play.
It's a forgiving God.
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, Nordic Cactus, or at least, hey guys, can you please be quiet? But I don't know what's wrong with these guys, but anyway, you are playing 2/3 of Nordic Cactus. What kind? Which song?
Justified Violence. It's a crowd
One
favorite.
of my favorites, but sometimes it is justified actually.
It's becoming more and more justified every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it justified to whip Jesus?
He's a naughty boy. I mean,
Okay, enjoy Nordic Cactus and Justified Violence.
too many universal constraints to contain a world without violence. Don't be vain and don't be childish. Wipe those fleeting tears from your eyelids. Kiss me hard in the killing fields on a mountain to schools. It don't feel real. Killing's a shame and kind of a bummer. Just wanna have my hype guy summer. Justified violence, justifying myself to you. Justified violence, justify the things that you do. Not so long ago, violence weren't so hidden. You'd die in a ditch now, bedridden, but I can plunder, I can grab. At night I wonder if I might get stabbed. I love violence, but violence is feral. Best in small doses, avoiding its peril. Devoid of meaning and without a parable. At the end of the day, violence is terrible. Justified violence, you do. Justified violence, I justified violence, I justified myself to you. Justified violence, I justified violence, I justify the things that you do. Oh wow.
Yeah, good work. And I would like to give you some applause, but manual applause. And those are better, actually. Thank
Yeah.
you. Justified Violence with Nordic Cactus. And we are back, and I hope we can stay here for a while. Maybe, but let's talk about Jesus. He has left.
Jesus?
I'm sorry.
Jesus had a date. But, yeah, we should get back onto the subject of justified violence. I mean, which are your favourites, Pia?
What?
Forms of justified violence against sons of God, for instance, nailing to the cross, or chopping the head off of queens that invite
you mean
you for
like
cake.
that? You mean I don't really know because I haven't investigate all the things you can do to be a little bit mean to people.
There's probably a lot. We should come up with new ones. We have a lot of episodes left to go. But I just wanted to sing Parsley, Sage, Rosemary and Thyme as I spill pirate juice on the table,
Well, I don't care.
so that you can come back to your regular friendly host persona.
You think so?
Maybe.
You think it's possible?
We'll try.
We'll try. Okay, give
Or you
give
can hand
me a
over to,
USB-C to
Jackson.
USB-C cable, and then I would be perfectly happy.
You hear that, chat?
Yeah.
We want presents.
Okay. We talked about all the days in the Holy Week. Yeah, we did. So I think that we can just summarize and say that the Easter is a Christian celebration. There is a West and an East branch. I won't go deeper to that because it's a lot.
I don't think the Russians and the Greeks are having their Easter yet, are they, Pia?
Okay.
I think you're focusing on Western Europe and the Western nations.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But,
if you say so.
Catholics
so
and
go on.
Protestants, same
if you
time?
did the research, come on.
I didn't do the research.
No, but
I
why
have-
are you
I have-
interrupting me then?
I don't know.
No, me neither.
For the sake of content,
Okay.
engagement.
Okay. Good.
I'm engaged in your stories, Pia. So ignoring the Russian and Greek Orthodox, Ukrainian
Yeah, but you
Orthodox,
also have the
Serbian Orthodox.
Jewish Easter.
Oh yeah, you pronounced that earlier on.
Yeah, I
was very
tried.
impressed.
I tried actually, and I should have been taking the time to check out, but I haven't.
We should be looking harder to find people that could, tell us about religion, because it's not really
No.
the strong point of our for anything.
But anyway,
Mm.
skip the Easter now.
Skip the Easter.
Yeah.
You got a quiz for us, so we can have
No,
another.
I don't have a quiz for
another
you. I
song?
want you to talk about Jesus. Because he
What can I
left, so
say
I
about
can't
Jesus?
ask him.
Well, you could ask me.
Yes, I am.
I can.
Tell me
I can
about
fill
your
in
life.
on the
Tell
cross
me about
if
your
you'd like.
life. No, but you didn't. You didn't pick your lederhosen with you, so maybe you should just be.
You
here
only
with
like
me.
Jesus when he's in his underwear.
Of course.
What kind of religion would that be?
Or a
Pia?
kaftan, maybe like Thomas de Leva.
Oh, you're into the hippie Jesus.
Yeah, the hippie
You see,
Jesus.
I appreciated Jesus tonight. It was much more a Johnny Rotten kind of Jesus, and Johnny did say, never trust a hippie, he's a fucking bastard. I don't think that Jesus would be able to deal
I
with
know
much.
that you have some opinions
I
about that.
don't like hippies.
I know.
We're not
Okay.
fans of hippies, no.
Yeah.
They tend to, hearts and flowers, likes.
And then they turn into yuppies, and then they vote for Reagan, and now they're entitled boomers.
I don't know. I dream, like Monty Python said, I dream of the days of Ronald Reagan. That was a sensible American government. You seem to have totally lost the fucking plot at the moment.
But
I
okay.
certainly don't blame you for that, though. Or indeed the Christians who are greatly supporting Mr. Trump in his endeavors to make the world better.
But the Christian thing is based on the New Testament, and the Jewish thing is celebrating what?
The angel of death didn't kill the Jewish
The Exodus.
kids, wasn't it? I thought it was
It's
the
the
thing with
Exodus of the
the
Israelis.
Niles.
The Exodus.
Yeah, but that's after God puts a bunch
it
of
is,
curses.
but
I
that
saw
is
it on a
what they
Disney
are
film once.
celebrating.
on Egypt, and one of them was your firstborn dies if you don't paint a red cross.
Right.
There was frogs. I don't know, religion, the frogs.
But
Maybe grasshoppers, they had grasshoppers. A plague of probably carbuncles.
Do you know what
boils?
I thought that you said?
No? What did you
Playing
say?
golf.
Plague of golf.
Plague of golf.
At the seventh circle of hell had a golf course, I think.
Okay, but how was Jesus' life then? He was born when?
Well, he was
Make
born,
it easy.
Zero. He was born in the year zero.
Anno Domino. Probably 4 to 6 years after,
I think
actually.
I was taught after the death.
Yeah, maybe he was...
But I think we say Common Era now.
You think
CE.
You think he did a rebirthing?
I think he was rebirthed slightly in many different people.
Oh my God. Oh my God. What was he? What did he do?
He was a good bloke to have at a party. If you're having an illegal rave, you want to get Jesus down there, go in the bathroom, pass his hands over the toilet and the sink. You got wine on tap. He's good with
That's
the food
cool.
too. Fish, loaves, all
Bread.
of that. He's quite a party guy.
Yeah?
Didn't like the capitalists. Knocked over the banks in the temple. I remember that.
But that was when he was cleansing the temple, as I told you
you
before.
told me that one. Okay.
Yeah.
But he
and that
did
was
stuff.
the Thursday. It
The
was
way
yesterday.
I heard it is that, he's baby Jesus, and everybody loves baby Jesus. He's like that thing in, what's that thing in Star Wars with the little green thing that floats around in the thing, and the guy in the steel helmet takes care of him and shit.
I don't know. I don't know.
Grok. Hey, young person.
He's
What's the name of that
sleeping.
little green thing in The Mandalorian? The little green thing in The Mandalorian, what's it called? Oh dear.
Oh dear.
You see, we're not hipsters. We're definitely not hippies, but we're not even hipsters. We don't know anything about, I don't know, cartoons or... Yeah.
What do you know about Jesus? I mean, you're from Texas.
I think he's Republican.
You must drive a big car and eat steak.
I mean, what do you know? What did you learn in school? Did you learn in school that Jesus was a Republican?
Yeah.
Okay.
He drives SUV. He's a big, handsome guy. He had short hair. He wasn't this long hair guy.
But dude, can he even lift?
He could lift. Yeah. He would. He lifted. He was stronger than the Romans, but the Romans were,
Like Pippi
they lifted.
Långstrump.
Who?
Pippi Långstrump.
Well, Jesus carried his cross, his own cross, all the way from somewhere to somewhere. I bet that was a heavy cross.
And that was today.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was carrying it to Golgotha.
Right.
Golgotha walk.
But this whole Easter thing, right, and the
Yeah.
bunnies and the eggs,
But it has
surely
nothing
that's
to do
more...
with bunnies or eggs.
There's definitely... I've seen bunnies and eggs all day long today. I've seen
Yeah.
twigs with buds on them. I've seen lots of stuff. I've got me Mayblommer.
Yeah, we talked about
So I
that,
think
yes.
Jesus symbolizes more than just, that kind of stuff. Easter's... But Easter surely comes from... Oh, I'm going to get the name wrong. Astra, Oestra,
That's
the
right,
old Roman
that's right.
goddess, or
That's
maybe
right.
pre.
Wow, now I'm
Estrogen?
impressed.
Estrogen
Now I'm
comes from the same
impressed.
root.
Estrogen comes from the same word,
But
yeah.
in Sweden you don't use that. You call it påsk. What does påsk mean?
Pesach. It came from the
Oh, you just
Hebrew.
culturally appropriated the Jewish
Yeah,
name for
we did.
Easter and couldn't
We
be
did.
asked coming up with your own.
No.
I would have thought you'd gone med Kristi's
Like you.
dödsdagen or
Like
something
you,
straight
actually.
to the point, Kristi himmelfartsdagen, you got that one.
But we have already talked about Kristi flygare. Yeah, we did. Jonte, you have some questions about Easter.
Share some expertise on Jesus, please.
Earlier in this week, that I promised you that I should search for. What was the questions?
I find it confusing with all these bunnies and eggs and påskhare.
Okay, the eggs I can explain to you.
Like how is
After
this?
the winter rest, the hens start laying again. Now. So it's a symbol for life. That's how it started.
Surely we're talking rabbits and eggs. We're talking a goddess of fertility, probably wandering off into the forests and fields to mate at random with strangers. I believe that's how they used to do it in the olden days.
Yeah.
The good old days,
Yeah,
as we call
but
them.
it has turned out to... They started to boil eggs with plants to color them. And then they started to decorate them. And the twigs... It's very Swedish. I understood. You don't have them
no,
in...
I saw that. I saw on Mollevångstorget you're only allowed to sell fruit and vegetables and twigs.
And twigs.
'Cause-
And the twigs was from whipping. That's the background for the twigs.
Now they do a
And
lot of that. The
starting
Shias
with it-
still are
and
into
starting
that.
to decorate the twigs we did in around 1930 in Sweden. And about the påskhare, that's German. Yeah, I didn't deep research that, but that's German. And I also know about påskkärring, only in Sweden and Finland actually. There are påskkärring.
And what do? There's a lot of fly to Blåkulla.
They are begging for candies.
Oh, just don't listen to this bit. I've seen them outside
You
Ica.
saw them?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the red
Hey.
cheeks.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Did they
Hey,
give
hey,
you a
buy a
card or
Majblomma.
something? No, not by Majblomma. Ah, they sold Majblomma too.
I don't think they were selling anything. They were just asking for money. They were
Money.
from Romania,
Yeah.
I believe. But they had
Okay,
the right.
that's not-
They had the hats.
Okay.
'Cause
Okay.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Could you tell me how a påskskäring would normally be dressed?
Yes, I can. They have kind of makeup with red cheeks, freckles.
Could be freckles. Could be tuberculosis. You never know.
Yeah, of course it could. But you're asking about the
Measles
påskkärring now.
is quite popular these days as well.
You're right about that. Of course, I didn't thought about that. But maybe you should say it in the microphone, please.
But what clothes would you imagine a påskskäring to be wearing?
Skirt. Chalette. Well, and a
Everyone
broom.
here? Or a broom?
They should have a
I
broom.
didn't see brooms.
Because that's the history of påskkärring, actually. It is the witches that went to Blåkulla.
Witches?
Yeah.
They're. I
mean,
thought they were on the other side. You know, Jesus was like on
Yes,
the
but we are
sort
not
of.
talking about Jesus. We are talking about påskkärringar.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you're saying påskkärring are basically witches.
Yeah, that's from the beginning. And
That's problematic for
traveling
me,
on
Pia.
the broom to Blåkulla to meet Babalu.
He's not here today.
No,
we couldn't persuade
now
him.
he's exhausted. You don't know how many witches there were there. And he had to take care of everyone.
I see.
Yeah.
No, I bet.
Yeah.
That beard
so
won't
he's
last
exhausted. He
forever.
has actually to rest until, I don't know. He's getting older and older, he too.
But he's coming to Paris. We'll be broadcasting live from Paris next week.
No,
huh?
we are not broadcasting live.
We'll be okay.
from
We'll be
from
broadcasting
Paris.
recorded from Paris.
You have already told me that we are not doing it live.
Did I?
Yeah, yes.
I didn't think I was in charge of anything, really. But go ahead.
Okay. So, still, he healed the sick. He made water to wine.
He walked on the water.
He walked on the water.
He was in the desert with Babalu.
Yeah, after.
And Babalu
Yes.
said, "Hey, what you want? You want this bit of the desert? You want
40
this bit of
days.
the desert?" He says, "Nah, not into deserts really." He never
Right.
offered him anything good, as
He
far
was
as I
40
can
days
see.
there tempted by Satan. And that was, first he was baptized by John.
John the Baptist.
Yeah, exactly.
They
John
chopped
the
his head off
Baptist.
as well, didn't they?
Later on, yeah.
See, there's another
On
one.
a
Beheading
plate.
is another
On a plate.
capital punishment
Two.
theme.
Who got the
Salami.
head on a plate? Ah,
Salami.
good. Salami.
Something like that.
Salami. Solomon.
Yeah, she got pissed off, right?
Yeah.
He was
Right.
negging her on Insta, I think. So she told her husband to have his head chopped off and bring him his head because
Exactly.
he didn't fancy her. I don't know. The Bible's not always
You
very
can't
clear.
trust the Bible, of course, but yeah.
Of course, opinions differ, and if you trust the Bible, then that's okay with us. We are radically inclusive.
And now, I had a plan to interview that guy on the cross. What's happening? Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah.
There's one on the sofa there. He's looking quite Jesus-y. Sort of
You think
afterwards,
so?
when they laid him down in the shroud of Turin, you know. If he'd have
But
had a
no
dog
one
with
can
him,
see
well, I
him,
think
so
people would have
it's-
liked Jesus more if he had a little dog with him. You know what I mean? It's
The dog trick.
attractive, the dog trick.
The
yeah.
dog trick, I see.
But of course, Jesus used to go up on the, do his sermons on the mounts, and I don't know, there was other sermons, but that's the one that everybody remembers. And he used to get up there. He used to talk for hours. He used to talk like Trump does. But these days, you can't do that anymore. You're in the pub, right, and you want to tell a good story that may be going to last 15 minutes. 30 seconds, people are looking down at the phone. You've got to make it punchy. That's why nobody's watching this shit, because we're not punchy enough. We need to grab them in the first 3 seconds as
Yeah,
their
and you
thumbs.
can't do that without a USB-C to USB-C cable.
I'm sure the solutions will all be technical.
Good. Yeah. He preached the kingdom of God. He healed the sick and all the other shit that you already told about. But
I think
then
he actually
came-
raised from the dead, wasn't it? That Lazarus
yeah, but we're
guy.
not there.
But that's a big
we're
one.
not there yet.
And he told him, don't fish on this side of the boat, fish on the other side of the boat.
Yeah.
And all of the fish were on that side of the
Right.
boat. The man knew a lot about fish. I think he might have come back from
And
the
why?
future with one of those echo sounder things like they use these days to say where the fish are. Could be.
Could be, maybe.
Could be an
Maybe.
alien. I don't know.
Okay.
Do your own research.
Thursday, Last Supper, and washing the feet of the apostles. Yeah.
Everybody
Apostles.
got a feet wash. I thought it was just Jesus got the...
No, he was with the oils.
He was first with the oil.
Yeah,
and then he did theirs in
was
soap.
washing
Oh,
their-
that's right.
Yeah.
That's a smart
Yeah.
move, that is.
And he also
Can't imagine Trump doing that
He
one.
also predicted the future, that he was going to be betrayed, that he was going to be arrested, and that they will kill him.
Well, he could have done something about it then, couldn't
but
he? If
didn't.
he really
No,
reckoned he knew what was going
It was
on.
for our sake he did it, you know.
I don't know. Judas made 30 pieces of silver.
But that's the fairy tale.
That's probably worth quite a bit of money now. And you got to make a living, basically. You know what I mean? Because if Jesus hadn't ratted him out, then the whole thing don't happen, right? Don't get up on the cross. Don't get to come back. Don't get Hosanna, 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 ho.
It's very easy to
So
be
to be honest,
ethical.
Judas was just playing his part. I think the man gets a bit of a bad stick.
Okay.
Because if he'd have had stage fright and decided not to do it, you got no impact. You got no Jesus content, basically. Want to move on to something else? Another form of capital punishment, personally. I always like defenestration. I think that's probably the
But that
coolest.
was more the medieval, wasn't it?
Oh, well, I've actually, there is a list. There was a German bloke, actor,
Okay.
theatre bloke, got thrown out the window by the SAS, 1942 maybe. Drowning, you got the French CRS beating up a bunch of Algerians and throwing them in the Seine, that was 63. Firing squad, I believe, don't want to offend anybody, it was either Tennessee or one of the Carolinas. Killed
It's
somebody.
Utah.
I'm
Utah
Utah.
has firing squads still. to
But
this day.
last week somebody got done. They gave him a choice. They said, you want to be hung, you want to be in the electric chair, you want to be firing squad. He said, firing squad, that's the one for me. I think Jesus himself might have, I don't know, he wants to showboat it a bit, doesn't he? He'd probably go for something else. Immurement is one of my favourites. You just get a guy and then you lock him up in a wall and you build a wall around and cement him in. Let him die of starvation and lack of oxygen.
Yeah, we can do that.
That hasn't happened since about 1903. I think that was probably Algeria who did that last.
What was that? A rim shot?
You've managed to make the buttons work. Can you give me an applause? Skip news. Skip news, I believe, is what that theme tune is supposed to mean. And today, well, stuff's happening, I'm supposed, around the town. I haven't seen very much of it, so don't trust me as a reporter. I'm going to Copenhagen tomorrow. I'm going to be taking the family down to Christiania to celebrate the Easter Bunny down there. Probably will eat something too. What else is happening? I don't know. Nordic Cactus possibly has a gig, or obviously the release is coming up very soon of...
Yes, we have a single next Friday, a week from today. Justified Violence, Spotify, all that good stuff. Instagram, Snapchat, MySpace, Friendster. It's going to be there. So
OnlyFans is the only way forwards. That and TikTok will only thing that will survive the apocalypse, along with a few cockroaches. I believe I have just been given an urgent pirate juice. So I can also tell you that Pierre's hard at work upstairs moving bits of wood and furniture around. That's what it is to be an elderquail and run a culture house. The poor boy is going to work himself to death in 2 years, but it's worth it. I certainly enjoyed it.
So I think that you also should advertise the film festival in Kristianstad, shouldn't you?
And there's a film festival in Kristianstad. It could be called iFama, but I might be wrong about that.
I think you're wrong about that.
I saw an advert for that today.
Wasn't it
Pixel in Kristianstad. And of course, the N-G-B-G road trip for the final seminar of the Alter Places project, where me, Pia, and the famous Yinga will be going down to lecture people on the world's smallest and most flexible culture house, which is, of course, what you have in the palm of your hand right now. No, don't keep scrolling.
Okay, thank you. That was Skip's news, and now I will give you Nordic Cactus. But they are not so energized, more like me, a little bit laid back, and yeah. Now you're on it, aren't you?
This is the way it goes. It's like the Tiger King. We create the content now, just like the Tiger King. One day somebody will find all of this content and make something good out of it. It doesn't have to be perfect. When we're live...
No, it's never have to be perfect,
No.
but we won't do it better. I don't think so.
Let's find out.
okay. German's versions did in the past, and no one ever told me good times were meant to last. I saw war or something dated and old, riding pirates fighting over mountains of gold. Wrong all along, it was World War III. The drum of what's to come. I become numb to any sense of purpose in this world full of scum. It started with a flash and it ended with a bang, as the prisoners of war lined up to be hanged. It ended with a laugh as we moved on from the past, aimed our nukes at each other till the peace drove us mad. I'm numb to any sense of purpose in this world full of scum. It started with the flash and it ended with the bang, as the prisoners of war lined up to be hanged. It ended with a laugh as we moved on from the past, aimed our nukes at each other till the peace drove us mad. I'm banging on the drum like an ape that's big and dumb. I'm breezing through the mist. Soon we won't exist. Oh, the warplane's flying high and the blood orgy in the sky. I've lost my lust for life in this world gone awry.
Great, guys. And now we got to applause. I find them again.
Finally.
Thank you, help desk, for helping me with this technical shit. I'm so happy for that. Thank you. Okay. What? Quiz. Well, I don't know.
I have the quiz.
You have the quiz.
I have
Okay.
it, yeah.
Okay, there's something he wants to tell you
Just
about.
one
I don't know what. Okay, you can have him here. Wait. One sec. Help desk.
Who is it? Oh, the help desk.
Help desk.
Microsoft.
No, I don't know. Help desk.
Who am I speaking to? Oh. Yeah. I mean, that's going to be really hard to say on the air, as it's
Oi.
really uncomfortable.
Ooh.
Is there any nicer way to put it? I mean, I guess it needs to be said, but okay, yeah. Yeah, I understand. I understand what you mean.
What's that? What's that? Are you sure that he has...
Yeah, I just.
So he doesn't hear us now?
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened?
Oh no, just Jesus says that.
Was it Jesus? Did
Yeah.
I talk to Jesus? I thought it was help desk. Is he working there?
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't. He's lost a lot of his luster recently. He has to
Of
make
course.
ends meet. But
Pengar ska in. You have to earn money.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're the quizmaster today. And I are allowed to participate in the
You
quiz.
can participate.
Yeah. And I have a sound, you know.
What is your sound? Can you make it?
My sound. Can I make it?
No.
Probably not. Probably not. That's my sound.
That's your sound.
That's
Okay.
my sound. What's your sound, Jonte?
Pling.
And your Ian?
Arara.
Of course. Is there a prize?
Yeah.
There is a.
Respect.
There is a prize. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so now let's go for the weekly.
Weekly quiz.
Yeah.
Okay. Multiple choice.
Multiple choice.
Yes.
From the beginning, or just a question and then multiple choice? Or?
I'll give you the question if you can answer it.
Okay, and I will also try. Kim,
Yeah.
do you think that you can do some work here?
Yeah, bring a chair over, Kim. There's a microphone right
Yeah, but
here
can
waiting
can
for you.
Can you count the points
Yeah.
for the quiz? Okay, super. I'm
Okay.
ready. Are you ready, Jonte?
Yes.
Who was the first person? Kim, hold.
That means shut up. Just count. Okay.
Okay. Question 1. Who was the first person to see the risen Jesus according to the Gospel of John?
Of John.
Arara. I'm going to go with Martha.
That is wrong.
Well, there's only two names in the Bible, so it's the other
Give
one.
us the. Do you have a guess, or shall we have the multiple choice?
I want to hear the.
Always a
Jones.
multiple choice.
Yeah, but you have a new chance. You have a
Okay.
new chance.
Is it A, Peter, B, the angel at the tomb, C, Mary Magdalene, or D, John the Baptist?
The angel of the tomb. Oh, sorry. The angel of the tomb.
Well, you're
That's
wrong.
so wrong.
You're wrong.
Fuck.
Pling.
Oh, sorry.
Peter.
Also wrong.
Oh, Jesus, man. There's two girls' names. It's either Martha or Mary. If it wasn't Martha, it had to be Mary.
Okay, no points for anyone on this one. It's
But
Mary
that
But who was
Magdalena's
it?
Mary
got a
Maria
bit
Magdalena.
Yes.
Okay.
She got a bit of a reputation, that girl, you know, in
and
medieval
I
times.
am bragging about my research. Yeah.
Okay. Question number 2.
Question number 2. In which gospel do Peter and another disciple run to the tomb after hearing it is empty?
In what?
In which gospel?
In which gospel? And we have 4 to choose.
Do you want me to name the gospels? I mean, you should.
You should, really.
Okay.
If you were born in Texas, you would know the names of the
But
Gospels.
I wasn't born in
they
Texas.
are Matthew,
Yes,
Mark,
yeah.
Luke, and John.
Yes, I know that.
So
There are
pick
4,
one.
so I know that. But I wasn't born in Texas.
Okay,
So I
which
don't-
which gospel is it?
I'm going to go Arara, and I'm going to go Mark.
Incorrect.
Luke.
Incorrect.
We have another guess.
No, now it's your turn.
No, I don't remember the names.
Just say it. You've had all this time to remember the names.
John.
Okay, 1 point for you.
1 point for me.
Okay. Question number 3. What did the angel say to the women in the Gospel of Luke? And this is you're gonna need. I'm just gonna give you the multiple choice, and everyone gets a guess. A.
We don't have to
You got
do
multiple,
our... Okay.
multiple, baby.
Because
It's a hard one.
is it A? He has gone to Galilee. B. Why do you look for the living among the dead? C. Do not be afraid. Your prayers are heard. D. Peace be with you.
Oh my God, I know what I will guess, but I think you're the first.
Then I say B.
Me too.
What was the one that says, why do you weep your prayers? No, the last one, D, the D.
Peace be with you.
Peace be with you, yeah.
It was B. So 2 points over here.
For you and for us.
I'm a proud of
Yay! You heard that? 1 point for me and 1 for Jonte.
Question number 4. Which gospel describes guards being placed at Jesus' tomb? Do I need to remind you of the names of the gospels?
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. I'll go Arara, and I'm going to have to go again with my favorite guy, Mark.
What's your guess?
Can I guess?
Yes.
But he said ra-ra-ra.
Oh, well, I like to say Arara.
Yes, I know. So,
Everyone gets a guess on this.
no, I don't like those guessing.
Say a name of the gospel. Is it
Please,
Jonathan.
Pia.
That's not a name of the. Jonathan is not
Pia.
Pia, leave it alone.
Can I?
It's Jackson's turn to be the quizmaster. You don't
can
have to be
Do
the
I
new
always
kid.
have to be
Okay.
to behave?
minus 1 point for not knowing the gospel.
Okay, sorry.
Strict quizmaster.
What do you-
Luke.
and what was your guess?
Mark. I'm always going with Mark.
And what is your guess?
I told you. John.
All of you are literally wrong.
It
It's
was Matthew.
No points for anyone.
Matty boy.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Question 5. According to the Gospel of Luke, what did Jesus do on the road to Emmaus? Emmaus.
To Emmaus. That's a
Did he-
second-hand story, isn't it?
I'm going to go over. I'm going to go. He took his t-shirt off. He said, "Hey, put your fingers in here where the wound is. That proves that it's me because I've got a hole in my side while they shoved me with the spear."
That is incorrect.
Oh, he said it somewhere.
Did he A, ascend into heaven, B, raise Lazarus from the dead? Did he C, walk and talk with 2 disciples, or D, perform a miracle?
Perform a miracle.
I'm going with the same answer.
All wrong, all wrong. No points for anyone.
What was the right answer then?
He walked and talked with 2 of his disciples.
Oh, too easy. So common.
Okay, this is a really easy one.
Okay.
It might be
so
easy
we are
in Texas, but it's not necessarily easy in Malmo.
Christianity came from Texas and
It
then
is.
spread to Europe. Yeah, I forgot.
The rapture was definitely invented in the States.
Which
Okay.
gospel ends abruptly with the women fleeing the tomb and telling no one because they were afraid?
Arara.
Fuck.
Oh no, I just have a policy.
Yeah.
Mark.
What do you guess?
But why are you saying Aurora? Yeah, I mean, shall we everybody guess?
Yes.
What was the name of the Gospels?
You're going to
Mark-
hell, Pia Linderoth.
Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John.
John, yes.
John. I go for John.
Luke.
It's Mark.
I had to be right one day, right?
Oh! Heja dig!
Vad gör du, Johnny?
You can have one other caveat for that.
I
Yeah.
deserve that. I worked hard for that.
Yes. you did.
Okay, question number 7.
How many? Wait.
We
How
have
many
10
times
questions.
did you guess Mark?
All the times.
Yeah, and that it means 4 or 5 questions. How many questions did we have? 4 or 5?
I was wrong on all of the other ones, yes. But I was right eventually.
We have 10 questions.
Got to be loyal
no,
to
but how
Mark.
many have you done?
This is we're on number 7 now.
Okay, so you did 1 of 6.
We'll ask the scorekeeper later on if he's still awake on the sofa there with his little doggy and his Instagram. I'll bribe him. He'll say I won. We'll go home.
No, we're not ready yet.
Did anyone get a point the last one?
Hush. Okay.
Let's move on to the next question.
Go for it, Jackson.
Which gospel includes the story of
It's
doubting?
a lot of question about those fucking gospels.
Because
What is
that's
it?
the- that's
I
the
know
topic of the
everything
show.
about
Yeah,
Jesus'
that's
life,
literally the
but I
topic
know
of the show.
nothing about the
What
gospels.
about the Easter Bunny?
fucking Texas people?
Where do you think the history of Jesus' life come from? The gospel. That's literally you picked the theme of the show,
Yes,
and now
I
you know
know,
nothing
but
about
I don't
the theme
care
you
about the
picked.
gospels.
That's where the history of Jesus' life comes from.
Jesus Christ.
How can you not know the names of the gospel? Did you go to school?
Who are you? Who do you think you are?
Okay, I'm sorry. Go for
Me
it.
too.
What religion
What was
are
the
you?
question? No, none. I'm an agnostic.
She won't give me none. I can't get none.
Which gospel includes the story of doubting Thomas? Do you want me to name the gospel?
Aurora.
No, I think I can. Then Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
I got to tell you that
Okay.
there is actually a Gospel of Thomas, but it did not make the cut. It was in the Dead Sea Scrolls, but it didn't make the final publication. So I'm saying Thomas, but that's not one of these. So I will, as traditionally, I will say Mark.
John.
Luke.
It's John.
Yay! Point from me. Not fair, but anyway.
Okay.
Sorry,
It's better than
Jackson.
last week, though, Jackson, isn't it?
It's
Oh no, it
better than
wasn't
the
last
week
week. 2
before
weeks
last
before.
week. Yeah, it's much better. We are behaving.
Which gospel has Jesus?
Again, which gospel?
Hey, maybe do a little research about where all of this comes from. Maybe go to Sunday school. Maybe open the Bible for. Dear, I've never been this offended, but wow.
I have some easier questions for you later
Okay,
to make
thank
you feel better.
Thank you. Okay, go for it.
Okay, well, I mean, do you want me to like ask you like a more simple question, like?
No, not more simple
what?
questions.
Okay. Is
Stop it.
Well,
Come on, go on with
We
your
want
quiz,
you
Jackson.
to feel included,
No, no,
Pia.
I am feeling included.
Okay, let me ask
I
you-
am.
okay.
Look at me. I'm behaving like shit. I feel included.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. That's
okay?
good.
What testament is Jesus featured in? The Old Testament or the New Testament?
The New Testament.
Okay, wow. Okay, that wasn't on the quiz. I just made up an easy
Okay,
But it
but
was
can you go
predicted
further
in the
with,
old.
with your quiz?
Okay.
Which gospel?
Name a gospel.
Yeah, name
Which
gospel.
gospel has Jesus meeting the disciples in Galilee after his resurrection, as opposed to Jerusalem? So where does he meet? In which one does he meet them in Galilee?
Mark.
not-
Arara.
Mark.
Arara. John.
Luke.
You donkeys! It's Matthew.
It's like we're willfully and fatally unreligious. I don't know.
Okay.
I did go to Sunday school. I sang
You
in a
did go to
church
Sunday school.
choir. I had a red dress on with a little white thing, like the
Aw,
English
how
priests
cute.
like
You
it,
have
and
a
I
picture of
sang Ave Maria.
Wow. Wow.
Sometimes I did. Once I was singing at somebody's wedding, and I sang so hard that I threw up the third bag of chips that I'd just finished eating
my
all
gosh.
over the bride's wedding train.
Nah,
That
you
white-
didn't.
I did.
Nah, you didn't.
true,
How old
yeah.
were you?
9, 10.
Okay, then you're excused.
I had more money that I knew what to do with because they were paying me like 15 pence for every wedding. So every wedding we went outside and we had a bag of chips and a can of Vimto, I believe.
Vimto.
And this was the 4th wedding of the day. And it was just a little...
Three bags of crisps.
Yeah, three bags. Chips, pommes frites, I believe you call them, but that's not what they are in England.
okay,
They're big
fries.
and meaty and full of oil. Yeah,
Yeah.
chips. They are chips.
Okay, Jackson, come on.
Okay, this next question has to do with Gospels. They basically retell the Passion of the Christ in their own special, unique ways. So, which of the Gospels records Jesus breathing on his disciples and saying, "Receive the Holy Spirit"?
That sounds like Mark. But had Jesus been drinking pirate juice? Was that how he was communicating spirits
Yes.
through his breath?
But I think he only drank wine.
I don't know.
Well, I go for John.
Luke.
It's John.
Yay! Did you hear that, Kim? Good.
I'm sure Mark said lots of good shit, but I'll have to do the research, I guess.
That's the quiz. Those are the questions.
Oh, was it?
So let me check the result. Hello?
I'm not sure he can hear you.
Hello, Kim? Kim? Are you there?
Yes.
I'm calling you on the phone, the red line.
Yeah.
This is really important.
Yes.
Can you give me the results so I can report them to the quizmaster?
Yeah, okay. Should I say who win or?
Now give me the points for everybody. How many points? Listen. How many points did Ian get?
Come.
0, I think, if I didn't miss anything.
0. Now then you have missed something because he has at least 1 point. I know that.
1.3, yeah.
1 point to Ian. Okay, and Jonte.
Second place, we have Jonte with 1 point, I think. And the first place winner is Pia.
You hear that?
You're still
My
going
first
to
quiz.
hell. You're
My
still going to
first
hell.
quiz,
You
and
had
I
no
won.
competition at all from anybody that ever heard
sucks.
anything about
You
the Bible.
guys sucks.
Or even watched Godspell
No,
or
you guys
Jesus
suck.
Christ Superstar.
This was my first quiz. And look at me. I won. How do you feel?
I feel like asking you another question, like, is true or false? Jesus fed 500 people with 1 sheep.
True?
True or false? Jesus famously turned olive oil into wine at a wedding in Cana.
Wrong. False.
What did Jesus do when his disciples were caught in a storm on the Sea of Galilee? Did he A, build a raft, B, walk on water, C, summon a dolphin, or D, turned into a seagull?
Well, I don't know.
No, neither do I, and I don't think anybody else does either. You have to do your own research on the internet. Personally, I like the idea that he turned into a seagull. That attracts me in a way that the other answers don't. So, you
The
won.
seagull is good.
I think the next thing for a victor, such as yourself, Pia, is to demand from the quizmaster to know what the prize is.
Yes, I want to know what the price is because I won.
It's the old USB-C to USB-C cable.
The old one, that's already mine. The crappy one, that's already mine. I'm so happy for that. I'm so happy for that. Thank you. I already got it in my bag, actually.
I put it there.
Okay, super,
Yeah.
super. So you
I turned the
You knew
lightning bolt
beforehand.
cable into USB to USB, like Jesus. I turned. Think of your lightning cable as water and USB-C to USB-C as wine.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing.
If Jesus had been at the Alamo, you'd have got somebody sort of like Jackson, I think.
Okay.
He was at the Alamo.
He was?
with Ozzy Osbourne. And
Ozzy Osbourne. I
they
always
peed.
wanted to see Ozzy Osbourne at the
They
Alamo.
both peed at the Alamo. Yeah.
Those are the good old days. So, there was one question. The musicians meetup seems to have changed names
Right.
And it been cancelled last week, but next week we don't know.
It was cancelled because we had this wonderful barbecue at Jonathan's yard.
Oh, you don't want a riffraff turning up there, so there's no point in putting that on the internet. But next
Why
Friday,
not?
We have
Ne-
a weekly coffee meetup
Yeah.
at Coffee Square. It's going to be.
I like that. I'm liking that.
It's going to be very vibey, very coffee shoppy, like rainy day in London, New York City vibes. Not so expensive. Cup of coffee
I'm
is
looking
30 or
forward to
40
it.
krones. So
It would
just
be
come by.
nice to hang around with fewer musicians that are alcoholic junkies and more people that like looking at the internet and drinking coffee.
I'm
I
looking
think I'll get
forward
a
to
better
meet
vibe.
some girls, actually. There are only
I
white
could
men
not
on the
possibly
beer.
comment, but I basically agree with you.
Thank you.
I'm never against meeting girls, no.
No,
But that would be Thursday when we're in Paris.
This
Yes.
will be, I
yeah,
guess.
but you are
Well,
doing it
will
anyway.
be
Yes, of course.
Just at Coffee Square, the one at Nolan in the square.
And
We'll
that'll
be
be
there.
on Thursday at
Thursday at 4, 16.
Thursday at 4. And
Yeah.
this week it's safe for you to go there because guaranteed
there.
I won't be there. Nor Pia. Isn't
I
that
know
great?
Yinge, but he usually isn't
If you
there.
if you
so-
tried to go to Coffee Square and you've seen these two donkeys hogging up like the prime real estate there in the coffee shop,
Our real
now
estate.
is your chance to reclaim some territory.
Okay. Okay, we lost Jesus. We lost electricity for a while, but I think that we have done it.
I
Or
think we've pretty much gone through it. I have one more poem if you would like it.
go for it, please.
In the market, Christ wandered one day, saw the merchants with morals astray. He said, love was my creed, not insatiable greed. Then he quietly walked away. He had a show on Netflix. Or possibly he had a date at a coffee shop nearby. Jesus is probably having a date in an alcohol-selling venue.
Our Jesus, the
Our
NGBG
Jesus.
leather
Well,
Jesus.
well, you know,
Are we
it's
talking about him?
everybody's Jesus. It's not just ours. But yes, NGBG Leather Jesus. If you're out there, please give us a like on Facebook, and we wish you well for your date tonight. From the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. We'll see you all next week, or possibly in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. We're back the 2nd of May after Paris, and then we have a lot of shit to report, I think. So thank you, Skip, for today. Hold the peace. And thank you 2/3 of Nordic Cactus for the music. But you will give us one... Yeah, I will come to him. But you will give us another piece.
Next week.
No, now.
Now.
Yeah, or...
Okay.
Yes, of course you are.
We're doing it?
And on the sofa we have, I don't know, Kim is there with Bernie.
Bernie.
Sanders.
Yeah.
Is it Bernie Sanders?
Bernie Mainwaring. My last name's
Mainwaring,
He has the
of
same
course.
last name as me.
Okay. Okay, I see. So thank you for watching and have patience with this shitty stream. It's going to be better and better. Well, I have said that for so many weeks now. But anyway, I think we are better, actually. But I did forgot to record today.
Oof. So, nothing we can do now?
Again. What's the song, guys?
Scumbag.
Scumbag. That's a good one. Okay, guys out there, thank you for watching and having patience with us. I'm Pia Lindroth. We are Radio NGBG. Welcome back. We give you Scumbag with Nordic Cactus. Enjoy.
For what is a scumbag? Is it this man in the mirror shooting me that pompous smile? He was cool, he was cruel, he was the filth amongst the jewels. But hey, scumbag, it was nice having you around. Give me that sweet scumbag life I wanna taste before I die. A morsel of something unearned. Tell the scumbag, go to hell. Don't care about nothing except his lonesome self. Save yourself the burden, all the years of hurting. Put the scumbag back on the shelf. I'm a scumbag, I've noticed now. I've noticed now, my friend. I'm a scumbag and I've noticed now. I've noticed now, my friends. I know I'm a scumbag, man. I pissed away my grains of sand like I ain't about to die. I'm just another dumb bastard who wants his name plastered on the walls of the heaven that was never real. But over the years tried not to learn to let the world just rot and burn. Is it not ours? Are we just taking turns? Tell the scumbag, go to hell. Don't care about nothing except his lonesome self. Save yourself the burden, all the years of hurting. Put the scumbag back on the shelf. I'm a scumbag, and I've noticed now. I've noticed now, my friend. I'm a scumbag and I've noticed now. I've noticed now, my friend.